I know some of you all are accustomed to me um, posting at least a heads up about going live, um, at least to let you all have a moment to gather yourselves and have a moment to settle down or tune in or put down whatever it is that you've been carrying or whatever activity you've been involved with. But today is going to be a little different. I'm not looking for anyone to come in to this live, being that I just went live just literally randomly. And as you see the name of the title, Random Thoughts. That's exactly what it is. Random thoughts. Um, Matter of fact, that's not the title, but that's the name of the show, of course. Y'all seen me before. This ain't nothing new. Um, but today I decided to express my sentiments as it pertains to my current events, things that are going on in my life right now, of which I have not spoken about at large. But there have been some people that were aware. Um, and I just wanted to speak to it today. I titled this When an Auntie Laments. Who listens? When an auntie laments, who listens? I see you, Liz. I appreciate you for coming into the space. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Chatments. This is a bit different in that this will be extremely serious. And if you hear me saying it's because I'm reluctant to talk about what I'm about to talk about. But I felt the need to push through and to open up and to talk about these things. As I said a moment ago, it's titled When an Auntie Laments. Who listens? I shattered into pieces, inconsolable, screaming at the top of my lungs, half dressed, trembling, the most not knowing what to say people talking to me, saying all of the wrong things. These emotions come in hard and fast. I'm woozy from the waft of emotions, and my head staggers a familiar gait whenever I'm pilloried by so many considerations. I received a phone call from my baby's father. I could hear the cracked voice leaking emotions as he asked how I was. And in my hurried response, I asked, "How's it going?" He informed me of the text feed he wanted me to be a part of to ensure my grandmother's input was involved, and asked that I relay the information since she doesn't have an active cell phone. I agreed. Then, as we both began to bend under the weight of the moment, I found myself screaming at the top of my lungs. It was the ticking time bomb awaiting detonation, and that call was the detonator. My baby is gone. The sad song on repeat in my head in my mind through my mumbled sniffles and drowning in tears as the people who'd never seen me in that state rubbed my back, asking questions, pleading with me to calm down and attempting to assure me of all of the stuff in the Bible that I question if they actually believe. As I wail in run on sentences, the chant of my existence in that moment, my baby is gone. Sad is beyond me. It's just brokenness. My heart is overwhelmed, and I am feeling it all for the first time in a long time. My baby blessed me with feeling. My deceased baby left me with feeling my feelings without weed, without cigarettes, without alcohol, without ecstasy, without an illicit relationship, without an escape route. Full, bold, strong, intoxicating, overwhelming feelings. Feelings that I fought off for years. Feelings I tried my best to avoid and exhaust and exercise away. My baby left me with feelings about his mom and feelings about his dad, feelings about his siblings, feelings about his existence with and without me. Feelings about the events that led up to his departure, feelings of the history in the making and moments to come. I'm thankful for feeling at all, even if the feeling is uncomfortable, at the least, and excruciating at its peak. This is an auntie's lament. The fact that I will never be recognized as going through like others because of others' perceptions of closeness. It is the grief that leaves you comfortless. Not because you're insignificant, but because the carriers get the glory that accompanies their mourning and their sorrow. I lost too. I hurt too. That was my baby, my veins, my blood, my influence, my love, my baby, my baby. My baby was taken away from me too. My investment was lost. My name will never be spoken again by my baby. My baby may not have known that he was my baby, but he didn't have the say concerning his adoption. Auntie gave me the right. Blood gave me the depth. He was and always will be my baby, and nothing will ever change that. This is my eulogy. I speak well of my intelligent, strong, opinionated, competitive, passionate, tall, handsome man. My baby, who was glad to see me at my worst, who allowed me to see him at his worst. I am thankful for his willingness to trust me with his vulnerability, and for allowing himself to respect me, flaws and all. My heart is broken for you. And I'll continue to pursue the God who allowed us to be for as long as he did. Forever, my Bam Bam, my Sir Brandon Alexander Moore. For those of you all who are listening, that was my nephew, my oldest nephew. He parted. His passing was this past Wednesday morning. And I wanted to take the time to put on record that I'm thankful. That was my baby. He was the baby that came to visit me when I was in prison. He was the baby that wrote me when I was locked up. He was the baby that wrapped his arms around me when I got out. He was the baby that would argue. Because he was so strong. He was so opinionated. He was so intelligent. And though he did not respect many, I can say and live to tell honestly that he respected me. Regardless to the mistakes I made, regardless to the things he saw, he still respected me. And I'm thankful for the time God gave me with him. For 27 years, he was my baby. For 27 years, he was my baby. I prayed for him before God, not as my nephew, but as my baby. Asking God to bless him, asking God to heal him, asking God to touch him, asking God to reveal himself to him. I'm grateful. I lay no charge to God, for I've yet found him faithful, even in this. I don't expect everyone to understand where I'm coming from because some of you have children. I don't have any biological children. And it's amazing that I was speaking to these things just a few days ago with my cousin last Sunday when we talked about how I love and how love costs. The trauma of love is what we discussed. And I told her I had never been to that place until it came to children. I have learned how to love and how to lose. I have learned to love with everything in me and to lose the connection, to lose the fellowship, and still possess the love. I will always love that baby. Thank you for those of you all who are praying with me, who are praying for me. I know you're accustomed to hearing me strong, resilient, quite a bit of bravado. But today, I'm just here broken. My heart is broken. And I still praise God. I'm overwhelmed with sadness. And I still thank God. And I make this declaration publicly that in everything, I give thanks. And for everything, I give thanks. It is not easy to thank Him for the end of life. But what I do thank Him for is for the end of suffering. For the end of lack. For the end of loneliness. For the end of disease. For the end of pain. I thank God. Because there's blessing in tragedy. I've been blessed to feel all of these feelings with the strength to just look to God. So I thank all of you all who have taken your time to hang out with me these few minutes. Keep my family in your prayers. My sister, his mother, as you would know, is devastated. We've seen some tragedies, but this one is a hard one. It's hard for me in that he was the next generation firstborn, just as I am the previous generation firstborn. The oldest grandchild. The firstborn. In him I saw myself. With that being said, thank you. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for lending me your ears this afternoon, this evening for some of you all. Recognize this, that there are some people who have the capacity to love a person, a child, and they've never given birth. They were never one to adopt. But in their heart, they adopted. The pain is just as painful as if I had pushed him out of my own womb. There are others that feel the way that I do. And so while I don't take anything away from any parents, any mothers, any fathers, but one thing I can say, when you're an aunt and you're an uncle, you experience it in a way that some people just don't understand. Have compassion. Hear your people out. Because sometimes it's the one that's trying to do all of the things that's hurting the most. Where the mother or the father doesn't have the strength, it's the aunties and the uncles that step in. when the child can't talk to mom or dad, it's the auntie or the uncle that they're willing to talk to tell their deepest and darkest of secrets. I had that with my baby. And I'm sure there are others that have experienced that too. Again, thank you for your consideration, for your prayers. And I hope to see you all next time on a lighter note. God bless you. Good night.